What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? Girl, I look as stressed as I always am, okay? I didn't even bother to take my head down, and usually when I come in and I already took the style out, I just let the thing flow. I ain't even feel like doing it, okay? I ain't even feel like doing it, but let me just tell y'all this. I hate, and I'm trying to get my thoughts together, but I really do hate when I feel like, oh, I want to do a video, I want to do a video. And then something happens that just makes me not want to do a video. But then in the process of me not doing the videos or whatever, being on schedule, because as a Capricorn, I just don't like being off schedule. Okay, I really don't, and I was looking forward to doing a review for the SWV and Escape, which I will do. So, you ain't got to keep on asking or whatever. I'm gonna talk about something for a second because let me just go ahead and get to it. If you don't know, this has been the past couple of days or whatever has been so stressful. All right, so stressful. I have never experienced anything so life altering in a sense, but had me on edge, had my nerves so bad, had me so stressed out, had my anxiety just going left and right, had me scared, all of that in one, okay? I have never experienced all of those emotions at once. And for the past few days, that's exactly what was going on, okay? Like I said, I really hate being knocked off of my kilter, you know what I'm saying, being knocked off of my schedule and everything, because like I said, I was looking forward to getting on here and just chopping it up about, SWV and Escape Show or whatever, because I know that's what y'all wanted to hear or whatever, and I was looking forward to seeing the show, and I had some stuff to say. I still got some stuff to say, so like I said, it's coming, so you ain't got to keep on asking me about it. But girl, when life throw you a curve, life throw you a curve, okay? I just want to say shout out to everybody that, sent their love, their prayers, their, just thoughts and everything to me, because I always try to let you guys know when something is going to be held back for a few days or whatever, so that you won't have to contact me and be like, where's the video, where's the video, even though somebody really, I put a post up in my Insta story and all that stuff and everything and said what was going on, and somebody still gonna say, so where's the XWV review? Like, I'm over here worried about my mom and you worried about a freaking review. Like, how inconsiderate, and I'm pretty sure you, because it was a response to something else, how inconsiderate can you be to ask that when I literally just put a post up saying what was going on? And for those that don't know what was going on, if you didn't see the post that was on my community wall, Sunday night, actually, it happened, and I had no idea. My mama had no idea. My sister had no idea. And let me tell you something. This is the case of, and the moral of the story is, if you feel something funny, especially in your chesticles, baby, do something about it right then and there. Okay? Do something about it right then and there. Because Monday, I was off. I don't know. It was some type of holiday that was going on Monday. My job was closed, everything, whatever. So I'm laying up in the bed, just chilling. I just so happened to get up to go to the bathroom, and then I came back. I'm on the phone or whatever. My sister texted me and was like, so I just took mama to the urgent care because, she was talking about it was a little bit of pressure on her chest or whatever. And, she was feeling a little bit uncomfortable, and it started last night. And I wanted to take her to the doctor last night, but she didn't want me to go, she didn't want to do it or whatever. So we thinking that it's something going on with like her hernia or whatever, because she got a hiatal hernia in the, up in the stomach that, on the stomach pushed through the diaphragm and all that stuff, because I have that as well. I think it's hereditary because she got it, I got it, and I think my sister probably got it too. But that's neither here nor there. So I was like, okay, fine. Next thing you know, girl, they said, let's take her to the emergency room. That's my sister just texted me all this stuff. She was like, take her to the emergency room. We're on the way to the emergency room so they can check her out because they trying to rule out whether or not she had a heart attack or something like that. But we don't think that that's what it is. Then when they get to the emergency room, I said, first of all, they done moved out there to Indiana and they went in that emergency room nan too long. Maybe because it was a heart issue, they bumped her up to the, it was a possible heart issue, they bumped her up to the front of the line. But baby, they was not in there that long, okay? Because next thing you know, my sister said, well, they're finna go test her heart, but they think that it's probably like some acid reflux or whatever that's going on. Girl, I'm laying down in the bed and I'm just stuck to the phone because in the back of my mind, I know my mom has issues and I told you guys about it. You know, she does have an enlarged heart, and come to find out, the healthcare that she was getting out here in Chicago was shit. And we had no idea. You know what I'm saying? Because when they moved out there to Indiana, they actually started taking care of her, and we found out a whole bunch of stuff. Like, my mama was literally taking medicine that she wasn't even supposed to be taking. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, what the freak is going on? So, and when she goes in for her appointments, when she get out to Indiana, like, they're thorough. Like, my mama like, I ain't never had to do this. None of the doctors out here had me doing this. And I was like, what the fuck? So we found out you're taking medicine for stuff that's, you don't need to be taking medicine for. And, you know, which is intertwining with each other. That's probably causing a perfect storm of what happened now. You know what I'm saying? So what wound up happening is my sister said, well, they did do a scan of the heart or whatever. They found out that it was like some damage to her heart muscle. And then she texted me back after that. So as soon as she said that, and prior to that, I was just thinking like, I really hope she didn't have a heart attack. I really hope she didn't have a heart attack, because that was one of my fears, because I know she has issues with her heart. She does have heart failure, congestive heart failure, whatever, because of, you know, the strain on her heart when she had my sister 19 years ago. She shouldn't have been pregnant then. And she almost died after birth because she wound up getting pneumonia and something else. Right after she had the baby, she had to go right back to the hospital, like literally a few days later, because she could barely breathe and all that stuff. It was just a lot. It's a lot that was going on. So I was just figuring like, this has to be something with her already, what she already has. Girl, she was like, yeah, they said that the heart muscle, some of the heart muscle was damaged a little bit. And they finna go to the cath lab to see if the arteries are clogged, or was it a clot, or is, you know, all of that stuff. You know, so the termination of that will go to see if they have to put a stent in, do they have to go do a bypass and all that stuff. Thank God they didn't find anything. Thank you, Jesus. They did not find anything. She did not have to go into any major surgery or anything like that. They put her on the much needed medication, you know, the, what is it, the nitroglycerin and all of that other stuff or whatever. You know, some blood thinners just in case it was a clot, but when they did go through her whole body, they didn't see anything. So basically at this point, they really don't know what happened and how did it happen, but she did have a heart attack. And I'm sitting here like, you know what, when my sister texted me those words, do you know I broke down and cried? I broke down and cried because what really made me cry, it wasn't just the fact that she had the heart attack. It was the fact that you told me that y'all didn't go to the hospital the night before. So you mean to tell me you went to sleep with this irritation that was going on, Mom? You could have passed away in your... I said, I'm going to cuss her out when she get out the hospital. She home now. She came home earlier, like probably a few hours ago. You know what I'm saying? She's tired. She was able to eat a little something. She's rested. So thank you, Lord, for that. But baby, I'm about to cuss her out because, ma'am, you feel any type of irritation. My sister went to nursing school, all of that stuff or whatever. You gonna tell her you feeling some type of way, baby. You take your, if she offered you to go to the hospital or whatever, you do that, okay? Like, ma'am, don't be scared us like this. Because all I was thinking like, oh my God, my mama could have died in her sleep. She could have died in her sleep because she... But thank you, Jesus, again. When I tell you I was a freaking wreck. And then I'm over here by myself, and I just felt so guilty because, again, I'm over here by myself in this city, and they're out there. Part of me felt good because I wanted to be out there with her, but at the same time, I was glad my sister was there, right? So I had to call I checked on my little sister. My little sister's somewhat like, I don't know, my family kind of devoid of emotion sometimes. Because I was like, girl, you okay? She was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just trying to get to work. I said, what? And that is like a coping mechanism. So when stuff big or whatever happens, we're not that type of people that just break down like that. We just gonna go ahead and try to keep on pushing through life, all right? Or keep on doing what we had to do that day so that we won't have to focus on it, because if we do focus on it, we will break down. And I feel like that's what was going on with my little sister. She didn't even want to go to the hospital to go pick her up. She gonna say something, she was tired. I said, girl, I told my mama, now you already know if I would have came up there, I would have just broke down up in there. If my sister said, yeah, we would have had to tell you to get the hell up out of there. Yeah, because y'all playing. My little sister, the second one, the one that was taking care of her, girl, she kept that shit together, and I just don't understand how, because I swear to God, as soon as she said it, I said, what? She knew to text me. She knew to text me instead of calling me, because I would have cried on that phone like a big-ass baby, like, God damn. But, you know, I'm going to have to cuss her out and be like, look, lady, do it again, I'm going to beat your ass, okay? You don't scare me like that. But y'all, she's good. She's okay. I feel like she's going to get okay. You know, I'm at this moment, given that all this stuff has happened, I'm so glad at this moment that they are where they are, and they are getting the better medical care. You know what I'm saying? Because they got on it right away. You know, so I'm thankful for that. But again, thank everybody for just checking up and sending messages. Y'all sent me so many DMs and everything, and of course I didn't really get a chance to, I didn't respond to them because it was just so much, but I saw each and every one of them, and I appreciate it. And I have to come back on here because I just can't wallow in it, because I need to make myself laugh, you know what I'm saying? I can actually breathe again now that she's home, so I just want to put that out there so y'all ain't got to ask no questions about what happened. There it is. So, and I ain't want to make no separate video. But anyway, let's just get back into the foray of things. What is this? What it is? I hope y'all had a better week than me, bitch. I really do. Like, it is only Wednesday, girl. I'm up in here cussing out people on love, worried about Real Housewives of Potomac, and my mom up in there just, girl. Anyway, moving on. I'm not even finna think about that for right now. Just finna zone out. Let's just get up into this, girl. One of the big topics that was going on today or this week was this whole situation with Angela Yee being on Tamron Hall's, you know, Tamron Hall show. I'm gonna be 100% honest. What channel do Tamron Hall comes on? Because ever since I moved, I haven't even got my cable like actually put in. So I've been looking at it like I have it, but I don't have it on my TV. I have it like through the app and all that stuff. And I'm highly debating on if I'm gonna hook it back up. You know what I'm saying? Because the way that I've been watching and getting the shows and everything, it's been working quite fine with me. So I don't know. But what channel does Tamron Hall comes on? No shade, because y'all know I don't watch these talk shows or whatever. I had no idea that Tamron Hall show. And then y'all, guess what? I'm paused because my freaking neck hurt. As soon as my sister told me that stuff, my neck started hurt. Like the tension in my neck just started like this. And it's been like that for the past couple of days or so. Girl, it hurt so bad over here. I've been having a heat pad on there. It's tension, and then all of this, so it's tension headache. I'm just like a mess. But anyway, back to Tamron Hall. Girl, what channel did the show come on? Because I didn't even know it was about to be in the 5th season or is in the 5th season. Girl, and then it got renewed for another season. I said, I didn't even know the show was still on. All these talk shows on, and I just was like, who watching them? I didn't know people were still watching talk shows during the daytime. I don't be home to do that, and even if I am, I'm not up at that time, or I'm doing other things at that time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. She had, what's her name? Angela Yee on the show. And, you know, Angela Yee was just talking about her experience of being on The Breakfast Club, being the only woman that was on the actual show. You know, and the things that she had to face that, you know, probably was a little bit unfair. I can't remember verbatim, but at the same time, she was giving her experience about being the only woman on the show and probably, you know, being put to the back or whatever the freak it was. But at the same time, it's like some of the things that she was saying, You know, the blogs and people got hold of it and they put the clips up and all that stuff, because that's where I saw it. And, you know, you had other women artists that was coming out saying, well, you wasn't this and you did this when this happened and all this stuff. You had Lil Mama come out and say something. I'm surprised K. Michelle didn't come out and say nothing, because y'all remember when K. Michelle had her sitting there on mute when she said, because you as a woman, you know what I'm saying? She put Angela Yee up in her place, all right? But at the same time, you had DJ Envy that was sitting down there all up in the comments talking about something that's cap, that's cap, that's cap. It's more women that work on the show too, behind the scenes and all that stuff. And truth be told, I feel like what she was talking about was in front of the scenes. Not behind the scenes, but in front of the scenes. And then, so, you know, the Breakfast Club hasn't replaced her yet. So they've been having guest hosts, you know, come in. And in this particular week or whatever, I guess it's Portia Williams. So Portia was talking about it. And she basically, instead of talking about what Angela Yee really said, she said basically like the way Tamron Hall, if she hadn't did an interview with Tamron Hall, it probably would have came off better, because Tamron Hall, according to Portia, has a way of, you know, making you feel like you're about to answer a good question or whatever, but then it get twisted or get turned into something else, and they trying to say like she trying to act like Wendy Williams, and basically trying to say that Tamron Hall is messy, and a lot of the stuff and the feelings that Portia is coming from is because of the way her interview went. And my whole thing is, people feel like Tamron Hall is a little harsh. People feel like Tamron Hall is asking questions in a way that, you know, she shouldn't or whatever. And the way that Portia basically tries to call her like not a real journalist, as if she's one. Let me just say this, and I'm gonna get off of it, because I know it's gonna be people that probably disagree, which is it's fine. But at the end of the day, the people and entertainers that are coming up these days or whatever, that are getting these interviews and all this stuff, especially in our community, y'all so used to having people from Instagram, having people that have no real credentials, having people that did not go to school for journalism to know how to conduct an interview, who have not been in the game long enough to perfect their interviewing skills, to interview you and talk to you and coddle you. Okay, real journalists know how to be non-biased, all right? They know how to be neutral. And that also means that they're not just going to sit there and be soft on you. They're going to ask the hard-hitting questions that everybody wants to know, okay? And that is the main reason why you are on the show. Now, Portia, you're nobody's journalist, all right? Just because you know, guest starred and did a guest spot on The Breakfast Club, and you had your little tenure when you was on the Dish Network or whatever, you're not a journalist, baby. Okay, Tamron Hall is a journalist, you know, and Tamron Hall has been in the game a long time. Tamron Hall does not need to be a Wendy Williams or to try to take her spot, because first of all, there will only be one Wendy Williams and there's only one Tamron Hall. And Tamron Hall, she's that hard edge hitting type of person. Now, she may not be everybody cups of tea, understandable, but at the same time, when you got your ass up there to do that interview, to talk about your book, this was around a time where you had that big scandal of you taking that woman man and getting engaged, and y'all haven't set a date yet or whatever. Excuse me. And that's all we wanted to hear. Nobody cared about that book. I mean, it probably did something because of this whole scandal of it all, but nobody cared to tune in to listen to what you had to say about that book. Baby, we wanted to know about the whole situation with you, Simon, and Fallon. That's what it was. And that's the questions that she was asking. So you cannot get in your feelings that those things were asked in a way that you probably didn't want them to be asked, because what you thought they was going to be avoided, just because you avoided getting on the back onto the Real Housewives and you said, no, girl, I ain't finna do it this season because y'all ain't finna come for me. That don't mean that, you know, when you go do these interviews that they not going to bring up the questions unless you already pre-tell them, don't ask me nothing about this and don't ask me nothing about that. Obviously, you didn't, because if you did, that wouldn't have came up if it did. Okay, so, you know, getting up in your feelings because a journalist is actually doing their job it's quite funny to me. Let me tell you something. A whole bunch of y'all wouldn't last if Barbara Walters was still around, if Diane Sawyer was still around doing interviews or whatever. Because I don't know, Diane Sawyer's still here, but she ain't doing interviews like that. You know what I'm saying? Baby, them was the journalists to get. Them were the people to get. And you had to put on your freaking big girl panties and just buckle up and take it. You had to put on your thick skin when you knew that you was finna sit down with them. Okay? Some of my favorite interviews was with them. You know what I'm saying? Baby, I never forget looking at the whole thing when Barbara Watts passed away. They had brought up the fact that, you know, she had called Chris Christie that. She was like, listen, now somebody say with you that, you know, you're, oh wait. I said, bitch, you just called him fat, told the Kardashians to their faces, you're talentless. And you're upset at Tamron Hall for asking what she asked her to do in her interview the way. Girl, Barbara Walters would have made you cry, okay? So be thankful that you got a Tamron Hall. I'm sitting here like, y'all will not try to discredit this black woman who was actually in the game doing some things, okay? Doing her job that she went to school and got her degree in. All right, you're not going to do that, okay? Like, come on. And then I know I seen some people saying, well, she was being a little bit harsh because she kept on asking and she kept on doing her job. She kept on doing her job. Okay? That's what an interviewer does, you know? Unless you want to get the girl that interviewed JT and Carisha, that awkward ass ignorant interview, and then gonna try to say, you know, if you ain't in the community or whatever, they ain't gonna mess with you and all that. I said, girl, it ain't got nothing to do with race. It ain't got nothing to do with skin color. You just don't know how to interview people. You shouldn't be interviewing nobody. And y'all wonder why I don't be doing interviews like that. You know, I see a lot of and I shout out to my fellow YouTubers who do that, because I know, like, girl, get it together. Like Scotty and Jamar, they be doing interviews or whatever. I know it's this new, well, he new to me because he just randomly popped up on my recommendation list on YouTube. His name is Anthony Lofties. I know he did an interview with Destiny from Love and Marriage, and, you know, he probably did a few other interviews or whatever. I applaud. You know, the girls on Ooh Ladies First or whatever, they always snatching up interviews, Bondi, Jamie, and Niecy. Let me tell you something. I applaud y'all. Because Ashley couldn't do it. Ashley couldn't do it. I did one interview with, and I don't even know if it's up yet. And I got to ask her. Y'all know I reviewed The Oval, right? The girl, the lady, Sierra Patton, that plays Lily on The Oval. We did a little thing, like, she was basically, we was trying to have like it turned into basically a little conversation. It was for her little channel, her channel or whatever. And I was nervous as hell, and I was gonna turn it down just because I was nervous and I was scared, because I don't do the talking like that. And I just get real flustered, especially when it's somebody that I haven't met before. And I know we conversed online and all that stuff or whatever, but actually having a conversation, and then our first conversation would be on the camera and all that stuff, and I'm answering questions or whatever. Girl, it was a lot. And that was just me being interviewed. Imagine me trying to interview somebody else and trying to, you know, ask questions, whatever. I just know my strength, and I just know I ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? So I applaud any and everybody that try to get that shine on and be getting these interviews. I love it. It just couldn't be me. I be sitting back like, damn, y'all better do that. Y'all interviewing what? What? Okay, I see y'all. I love it. I love it. Anyway, because I just couldn't do it. Baby, I know my strength. I stay in my own lane, okay? Girl, is it a pinched nerve, girl? Because I just don't know. I mean, see, it's fine right there. Y'all. And if you can't tell, I'm sitting on my bed doing this because it's another story. And y'all ain't got to know all that. Y'all gonna be like, girl, what? Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. I've been moving stuff around or whatever. So it's just give me some time. Give me a couple of videos or whatever. Anyway, moving on from that. Deborah Lee. Okay, Deborah Lee was on GMA having a little interview with another professional woman. Robin Roberts. I bet you wouldn't say shit. Well, Snoop Dogg calls her out, but well, that's another story for another day. But hey, she was up there doing a little interview with Robin Roberts, and Robin Roberts got that lady to go ahead and admit, I don't know, I never knew that it was a rumor out there, or it was put out there that Deborah Lee, who used to be the president of BET, after the original president of BET, Bob Johnson, left. You know what I'm saying? I knew that she worked with him and worked under him, was an employee or whatever. I had no idea that they had a relationship. I had no idea. And when I looked at it on Twitter, I knew she was trending. And then I seen one particular tweet and people was like, oh, so she finally admitted it? Because we already knew, but she finally admitted it and acknowledged that it happened. I said, where was I? Where was I? Because this is the first time I'm seeing and hearing about this. Mama got up there and said, yeah, girl. So, you know, I was working over there at BET. Bob Johnson was, you know, he was the president and the CEO and all of that stuff, whatever. And so we entered into a consensual, you know, relationship. We was having an affair with each other because we both, not him, not just me, but we both was married at the time. And she would have, I think she said she was already there for like 10 years. And then she was there for a little bit longer, whatever. And it got to a point where she was like, you know what? I feel like I need to break this relationship off. And he basically threatened her job and said, girl, if you break this off when I'm not ready to break it off, I'm going to have to fire you. And then I'm going to make it so that you can't get hired from anywhere else. I said, what type of emotional sexual harassment as blackmail is this? You know what? And the crazy thing is, this goes on a lot. And this is why I just don't understand how come people have intimate relationships with their boss. Their boss. And that's why, you know, people didn't understand the whole situation with TJ Holmes and Amy Robach. I think they got fired. Is it true that they got fired? The reason why people didn't understand why people were going so hard on TJ Holmes is because when you go back in his history, he was sleeping and having relations with women that were beneath him on the working status, you know, of the company. You know what I'm saying? Employees. He had a power over them. You know what I'm saying? So it could be looking like you are sleeping with an employee, you are having this relationship, whether it's consensual or not. She can come out, or he, whoever it is that you with that's doing it, they can come out and say that, you know, they felt like they had to do it because you were over them. Like you had more money than them, you had a bigger status in the company than them, you the boss and all that stuff. And that's why it's so messy. That's why some a lot of companies do make it in their policies, especially in corporate or whatever, I guess, that, you know, you shouldn't have no employee fraternization and all that stuff. Truth be told, that's what they say, but it always goes down. So I don't even understand why y'all put that up in there. But I do at the same time. But, you know, people gonna find a way to go around it. Okay, and think they slick until it comes out in the wash, you know. And then when he left, she winds up becoming the president. I said, girl, let this be a lesson in Me Too. I'm surprised he hasn't come out and said nothing. Is he still with us? I'm talking about in the land of the living. Why did I say it like that? In the land of the living? I mean, I'm serious. I don't even feel like looking it up. But yeah, girl, I said, oh, Miss Deborah, you know, it's some things that I think I would just keep to my grave. Like, y'all need to know. Y'all need to know everything. Tell it when I'm gone, okay? Tell it when I'm gone. I put it in my will, all right? Tell it when I'm gone, okay? But, yeah, it happens all the time. It happens more frequently than we think, stuff like that. Moving on from that, Married to Medicine. I don't know if you girls look at it, but I look at it. I've been reviewing it for the past, umpteen seasons. I'm finished. It's about to go into the 10th season, right? And if you've been looking at it, you know, the two recent new cast members, not the one that just came on last season who wound up getting pregnant. She couldn't make it to the reunion. But before her, it was Contessa and then it was Anila. That was the new cast members that came onto the show. They're no longer about to be on the show. I said, girl, what? So Contessa basically quit after last season. Now, I'm going to give you girls a little bit of a roundup and a little bit of rundown for those that don't know who and what Married to Medicine is. So Married to Medicine is like the Real Housewives of doctors, okay? You know what I'm saying? Married to Medicine is based down in Atlanta. They did try to do a Married to Medicine LA. It didn't get as much traction. I don't know what it is these days. Like when it's like with the black shows for some reason, when they try to do like spin-offs on the seasons or whatever, or the show, it don't get the same feel in the spinoff. You know what I'm saying? It's like the spinoff or the different city with the different black characters for some reason. It's like they come on and they try so hard. That's what I get the feel when I look at Love and Marriage DC. Now, Love and Marriage Huntsville, it gave authentic. Love and Marriage DC still giving a little fake and a little put on and a little try hard. And I don't know, maybe that's what Married to Medicine LA was given, and that's why I got canceled, truth be told. But they just didn't feel too down to earth the way that Married to Medicine regular, the original were, okay? You know, you have Dr. Jackie, who's basically everybody and they mama down in Atlanta, and probably every celebrity down there in Atlanta, and probably every celebrity everywhere, whoever come down to Atlanta, gynecologists, and delivered a whole bunch of these people babies or whatever. She got her own empire, so she can get up off this show and she'll be good. She was good before, she'd be good after it, you know? You got Dr. Simone, who was her best friend. They had a falling out. They've been working on their relationship. They had 20 plus years in the game with each other. They need to fix it. I feel like it's a little bit fixed, but hey, it is what it is. Then you had Quad, who was married at the time to Dr. Gregory. Dr. Gregory, I think, was a psychiatrist or whatever. You know, they wound up getting divorced. He wanted kids, and then she wasn't here for the kids just yet. Then all of a sudden, when they was going through their divorce, it was stuff coming out saying that he was cheating, that he was a little abusive, and all this stuff. I said, oh my God, what's going on? You know, I just didn't expect all of that to happen. You know, meanwhile, we get Toya and her husband, Dr. Eugene. He was an ER doctor, whatever. He was just working his hands to the bone, girl, because, you know, he had to keep up with the Joneses. Him and Toya had to keep up with the Joneses, more so because Toya wanted to keep up with the Joneses, okay? You know, because she was a stay-at-home mom or whatever. Meanwhile, you also got Dr. Heavenly that came through. Before that, you had Mariah. Truth be told, Mariah was a little, you know, polarizing. Some people liked her, some people didn't. But at this moment, I really feel like she needs to come back. She needs to come back, you know. And I was one of the ones that really wasn't here for her, but I'm here for it now because shake it up. You know what I'm saying? Shake the shit up, okay? So, I can see Mariah coming back, but I don't feel like she gonna come back. I would want her to, but I don't think she is. Then you had Dr. Heavenly. Everybody know Dr. Heavenly, the dentist. You know, she'll say your mama in a minute. You know, just real gutter mouth, real loud, daddy, you know, all that stuff. Moving on from that, and then you had Dr. Contessa. Dr. Contessa, she was cute. She was built. She had her husband. She had her kids. She was up here just doing the damn thing. But see, you know, she messed up last season with me with this whole situation that went down between her and Heavenly, okay? Talking about, you know, Heavenly was up there talking about her divorce, talking about, or not her divorce, but talking about her marriage and talking about that her husband was abusive to her, whatever, which she really only mentioned a couple of times or whatever, and it wasn't in a way. She was answering questions, and truth be told, Heavenly shouldn't have answered the question regardless, but she did. And so, with that being said, they had a little falling out. And it was just the way that Contessa carried that whole thing, and it was like dragging out after we got the behind the scenes, because Heavenly was telling us a whole bunch of stuff. And I felt like she was telling the truth, okay? Because I just don't feel like she has a reason to lie. So I was more compelled to believe most of the stuff that she was saying and some of the stuff that Contessa was saying. But more so what Heavenly was saying, okay? Because her story had been consistent as ever, you know? And then you have Anila that came on. She couldn't take care of her kids. I feel like the last season that she was on, last season 9, it just didn't portray her in the best light. From her joking about Toya and Eugene expense, and I mean, people don't care, but I felt like it was tasteless because y'all wasn't friends, so it came off a little mean-spirited to me. But hey, it is what it is. To her house getting broken into, and people couldn't understand how did that happen, and all of a sudden you ain't had no cameras and all of that stuff, and you know, then it got broken into again or whatever. To her not being able to take care of her kids by herself. Like the nanny left and she damn near withered away. She almost went to a corner and just withered away because she couldn't deal with it. I said, girl, you can't take care of these 2 kids that you have back? She said, no, girl, Miss Gomez took care of both of them. And she like 60-something years old. And you like 30 years old. And you mean to tell me you can't take care of these 2 kids by yourself? I said, child, all right. You know, and besides that, her storyline was boring. Like, it really wasn't nothing else that was going on with Anila. So I am not surprised that they said that Anila is not on the show anymore. Anila got fired, okay? Contessa, she quit. She quit. And at this point, I feel like, you know, with the way Contessa said, all the bickering and the crying and the arguments and all that stuff, and it's not really, the show has not been too much about, it's like a typical reality show where it starts off with one motive and then it goes into a different direction. It starts off highlighting doctors, black women doctors and stuff, or doctors and black women who are married to doctors or who are doctors themselves, and you know, that whole circle and how that works. And then it went from that being in the medical field, and that's what it's about, to just being nothing but drama. You know what I'm saying? And so Contessa was like, I'm over it. I said, you probably was over it because the people weren't on your side. Most of the people weren't on your side. So, you know, you just didn't want to deal with it. And truth be told, if you don't want to subjugate yourself to all of that mess, because it do be a lot. I ain't got time. This is why I can't do reality TV, because I cannot fake it. I cannot fake it. We cannot get into it and then 3 episodes later we good. No. And then we back into it in the reunion, and then we supposed to come back next season, and all of a sudden we done made up and we like the mess with Real Housewives of Potomac. Girl, please. Girl, please. I wouldn't be friends with none of them bitches on that cast, okay? Hell no, not the way we get into it. They get into it. No. And so they gone. And that ain't even the get you gotcha. So now they said that Phaedra is coming back to reality TV on TV, to Bravo on Married to Medicine. And I said, girl, what? Now, I heard that this might happen. People saying it's confirmed that it is happening because I guess she's dating a doctor. And I'm sitting here like, oh, so you add her to the cast because she's dating a doctor. She's not even engaged to the doctor. She's dating a doctor, which means that it's more of a possibility that they could break up. So when they break up, if they break up, God forbid that it happens, she's still going to be on here. But then again, quiet on here, and she ain't got no man either. So, hey, it is what it is, I guess. Honestly, I feel like Phaedra is very much overhyped. What is she going to give? I just don't get it. You know, if she's not going to open up about anything, and she going to be lying on there like the way she was lying on Real Housewives of Atlanta, girl, I'll never forget when she was lying about that pregnancy. Phaedra was fun until she wasn't, okay? That I'ma just be honest. She was fun until she wasn't. But at this point, I don't know what she can give. But, you know, I'ma still tune in to see. And then they said that Quad's ex-husband, Dr. Gregory, who has a fiance now, they're coming back on the show. Quad on the show, too. Mind you, everybody seems to be cool with them. So you know how with some people, when it's a friend circle or whatever, we get divorced. I get divorced from this person, y'all divorcing them. Baby Quad got divorced from Dr. Gregory and everybody was still cool with him. I mean, kicking it with him and the fiance. Taking pictures, posting it on Instagram. They say, you know, Quad cool, okay with it, but you know how that can change as soon as the cameras turn on. But hey, I'm going to be tuning in. I'm going to tune in and see what it is. Y'all tell me how y'all feel if y'all going to watch it. Another big story that was going on was with this basketball player, Morant or whatever. He got suspended at first for 2 games officially, or we said 2 unofficial, a 2-game suspension. Now they said it's indefinite, which means that they don't know how long or when he gonna come back, because he was caught on Instagram Live brandishing a gun, you know, in his live. And it wasn't, let me tell you something. He was stupid. He was stupid. And I'm going to say this because I keep on seeing people trying to make excuses for what he did. And oh, he's a young man, he's this, he's old enough to know that you shouldn't be doing that. Oh, well, you know, after you go through some of the things that people go through or whatever, how come it's not okay to have this and have that? First of all, he was brandishing a weapon in a state where you cannot have that inside. I was just like, girl, what? And I just didn't understand. If I'm in a club or whatever it is that I'm doing, why would I need to be, why would you put yourself in that position? You are not a regular person where you're not going to have these type of consequences if you see somebody see you with this weapon or whatever in a club and you doing it in your Instagram or you even in your house with it or whatever. You're not going to have any type of consequences like that. And then you're drinking probably and whatever and you doing all of this stuff. You are with a national organization that I'm pretty sure has policies of what you have to do behavior wise, or else it will affect your job. Okay, it will affect your ability to play basketball. And that is what I feel like people are missing when people are getting upset at the way people are carrying on about this and not understanding the severity of this. If you have rules to follow, he is breaking them. That is the issue. Why are you messing up your opportunities and your chances to try to be what? What are you trying to be? You are in the NBA. Leave that shit to somebody else. That's why I just don't understand. Y'all get to the fame and to the spotlight and you think that it's okay to keep on doing the same stuff that you probably was doing earlier before you got there. Leave that mess alone, okay? You have it right there in the palm of your hands where you can do something good. You can make something for yourself. You can make something for your family, and you're about to get it messed up and throw it away because you want to be whatever it is that you trying to be by holding this gun, doing this all up in the thing. For what? For what? Now you got people questioning if you gang affiliated. You got people questioning your character and all this stuff. And, you know, people doing all these think pieces and everything about it. Right is right, is wrong is wrong. And he broke a policy. And that's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? And he broke a law. That's just what it is. Now you finna be investigated and your money funny. Okay? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. It's just really dumb. Really dumb. I just don't get it. Y'all be having stuff handed to y'all and y'all just be messing up the opportunities that you get. What was the point? What was the point? Ugh, I just don't understand. And let me tell you something about this story that I'm about to talk about. I don't know if y'all heard about the 4 Black Americans who went down to Mexico. Because one of them was about to get like some little surgery, some little cosmetic surgery or whatever. No shade, but that's how I feel when I hear about people going to other countries to go get surgeries and all that stuff because it's cheaper or, you know, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Or they take cash only. I don't know. I just would never do it because I hear more horror stories about it than I see good stories. And the horror stories are just enough to just say, keep your ass here and use the insurance that you got. Okay? And if I ain't got it, then that means I don't need it right about now. Okay? It ain't that important just yet. It ain't life or death. So basically, it said 4 U.S. citizens was kidnapped in a brazen attack carried out by multiple gunmen in the northern Mexico border city of Matamoros. I can't pronounce it. My apologies. They were located and appeared to be at a medical clinic. Basically, 2 got killed, unfortunately, and one was in the other survivors who was left was in very much critical condition. One went down there, and I think one was down there, and he didn't even want to go because he just felt like something was going to happen. And I'm just sitting here like, they mistaked them for like, I think they thought they was like Haitian drug people or whatever. And my whole thing is this. Did y'all not see the mess that was going on when they took El Chapo's son and the way that they tried to shut the city down? I mean, people couldn't even get out the airport because they was out there. Just it was World War III out there. I was scared looking at the stuff. You know what I'm saying? And y'all going down in Mexico, drug cartel city, country, girl, no. Okay. These places where they find people and hang them over the bridges. You know what I'm saying? Make songs about their kills, okay? We got drill music out here. They got cartel music out there. I don't know what it's called, but I just know that they be brazenly singing about their stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have got to be careful. You have got to be careful. And I'm not trying to blame them for anything, because who would have thought that this would have happened? They didn't go down there thinking that this was going to happen. So it is not their fault. So please don't blame them. But you just have to be careful, and you can do all the research or whatever. You can get the best place, get the best resort or whatever, and stuff can still happen. I still be hearing horror stories about people be having their rooms broken into and going away and then coming back and seeing men up in their room and being in the bed sleeping, then somebody open up their door and, you know, video cameras all up in there stuff. You can't be too safe, okay? But that was just some random shit that just happened, and it's so scary, and I feel for them. And I don't even know. And can you tell me if the person that was going down there to get this procedure, whatever it was, were they one of the survivors? I swear, if I was one of the survivors and I was the reason why we was down somewhere and my people got hurt or killed, baby, that the guilt alone that I convinced them to come with me would have just took me out. You know what I'm saying? So my condolences to them. And I know people mad because they haven't located the men that did that. Girl, do you not understand what they do down there? They don't care about the police or whatever. And you're not going to find them right away if you find them. And if you find them, they may not be alive or whatever, because somebody else might have took them out. I don't know. I don't want to speak too much on this because I feel like somebody watching. Anyway, condolences. Y'all just be safe. That's so scary. That is so scary. I mean, Comedian Mike Epps might be up in some trouble because he went to the airport, girl, and he had a 38 special in his bag. He said he forgot that it was there. Y'all, girl, too old to be doing this stuff. I know it'd be an accident, but baby, who don't be checking y'all bags before y'all go to the airport? Oh, y'all be trying to, a lot of stuff can be avoided. A lot of stuff can be avoided. Speaking of, y'all was looking at the Upshaws. I did not even know that season 3 had came back, you know, so I got to finish that. Y'all looked at Miss Pat. I like Miss Pat's show, okay? That is one of the realest shows. The fact that they got them cussing on there and speaking like how some of our families really do speak, you know, y'all can say, well, my family don't talk like that. My family don't talk like that. I said some, okay? If you've been in some black households, they do talk like that. They keep it all the way real. And it's so relatable and down to earth. I really like that show. Shout out to Tammy Roman, you know, doing a damn thing. And, you know, Miss Pat and everybody on the crew. I was just trying to understand what season it was on the show too, especially season 3, because Junebug, the son, he was always up in some shorts or whatever. And I'm like, y'all up in Indiana. And he was in school. Now, unless school is about to let out, and it's like May, June, maybe a little bit of April or whatever, why is he in shorts in Indiana? Baby, it's still cold out here. Okay, this Chicago, Indiana. Yeah, we still cold. Okay, I was really confused. I was like, why is he dressed like he up in LA or whatever? Y'all in Indiana. All right. Check it out. It's on BET Plus. And let me talk about BET for a second, because what's the point of us paying for BET Plus? To look at shows like All the Queen's Men and the Miss Pat Show and whatever else, for it to come back on TV after it get like a couple of seasons in, you're gonna play it on TV for free. Like, I just don't understand it. Well, it's because we're paying for the uncensored version of it. I don't know. Like, girl, I'd be so mad. All the Queen's Men start playing on BET now. Okay, and I'm talking about on the actual regular TV, not the app. So I'm just like, what? Miss Pat Show, I think the season 1 is on BET as well. I was just like, girl, what? We'd have paid for this and we'd already saw it and you finna put it on TV. I could have kept my $9.99. And Tyler Perry, I heard that he is trying to, him and Byron Allen, they like trying to put they, you know, money in it and they name in the draw to try to get BET. It's part of some deal with the Paramount or whatever, but they trying to get majority stakes in BET and possibly own BET. Now let me tell you this. I'm all here for black ownership and making this station, BET, this channel, black owned again. That's cute or whatever. But Tyler, if you get this channel, and I see Madea 24/7 and I see your shows 24/7, I'm going to have to cut it. I'm going to have to cut it because, baby, we can't do it. We can't do it. It's bad enough that MTV has turned into ridiculousness channel, okay? Baby, I wound up turning to MTV and looking at my guy, and it literally said ridiculous, 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 ridiculous. Ridiculousness be on for like 15 hours. And then it'd be like Teen Mom, Catfish, help, I'm in a secret relationship. Ridiculous, 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 ridiculous. The Challenge, RuPaul Drag Queen, Drag Race. Ridiculous, 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 ridiculous. I was like, God damn. You know, I just wish they would just take that show off. Like, that show is probably in season 50-something, okay? Who is really watching it? Because back in the day, I used to watch it. I used to watch it because wasn't nothing else on. And it is a funny show. But, baby, at some point, you get tired of looking at the same damn thing, you know? How many more falls and slips and car crashes and, you know, skater accidents can you watch, okay? I thought it was music TV. That's what I thought it was, music television. Not ridiculous television. It's ridiculous. Girl, can you imagine? Like, I'm here for it, but I just need to know how the program is going to be. I just need to know how the program is going to be. Meanwhile, y'all know that Avril Lavigne and Tyga is together. He was a skater boy. I'll see you later, boy. What? Rack City. Rack City. Rack City. Bitch, what? How? Somebody did a TikTok that showed 6 degrees of separation of how all of them fuckers is related or have done something with each other. And I had no idea Avril Lavigne had something going on with, I think, Brody. I didn't know Tyga was once married to Tristan Thompson's first baby mama, who he cheated on her and got with Khloe Kardashian for. I didn't know none of that. I didn't know Avril was signed to Travis Barker and she used to be engaged to one of his artists on his label. Girl, what? It is a messy too. It is a messy whirlwind. I just don't understand people that date within their circle, okay? And when I mean that, like, especially if you got a group, it reminds me of high school. It was this group, I guess you want to call them the cool kids or whatever, and they literally only dated within their group. And it was like maybe 6 of them or whatever, 6 or 7 of them, they all dated each other. They all fucked each other. I just couldn't get down like that. I really couldn't get down like that. That's ugh. But Avril, Tyga love him some white girls. I know I wasn't the only one that was thinking it, because after Black China, I ain't seen him with another. And if who put it in the girl, I'm just saying. I say what y'all don't want to say, but y'all been thinking. Y'all heard about the guy that stabbed the airline, what is it, United Airline stewardess or whatever, flight attendant, because he had basically snapped and was trying to open up the door while they was in mid-air. Baby, that'd be one of my fears. Granted, somebody said you can't really open up the door because of the air pressure or whatever. It's not going to allow you to open up the door. But girl, I don't think that's true. But either way, they had to sedate. I don't know how they got him down, but that is scary. Can you imagine being up in the air already and somebody going off and just having a little mental breakdown, a snapping, a mental episode, and trying to either bust the windows out or open up the door? And they were so calm. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. He took a broken spoon and stabbed the person 3 times. Girl, what? That'll be the day I quit and the day that I sue. Give me my money so I can get up here, because this is not what I signed up for. We supposed to be up in the air serving biscotti cookies. Is it biscotti cookies, girl? What is it called? Them cookies, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. And apple juice, okay? Apple juice and water. That's it. That's it. Biscotti. Biscotti. Is that the cookies? Y'all know I don't fly like that no more, because I couldn't even tell you what the name of the cookie. My sister gave me some, bitch. And I was sitting there just eating them things, just like, wow, they're really good. Oh, that is funny. Anyway, I said, child, I just wouldn't. They be making me scared. See, that be part of the reason why I don't want to fly. But I do, because I be wanting to get out. But I am. The next flight I'm getting on, we going to Puerto Rico. So my mama was supposed to go, but she gonna sit it out now. So it's just gonna be me and my sisters. Somebody getting married from my sister friend. I don't know who it is. I'm just going because it was a trip. And I said, well, if I ain't got to pay for it, I'm down. Thank you, Lord. There you go. You know, you can't, who finna deny and turn down a free trip? Girl, not me. Anyway, moving on from there. Glorilla had a concert out there in Rochester, New York. And I guess somebody either let off a shot or whatever, which caused a stampede. And it caused, like, people to get hurt. And then one person actually died there. 33-year-old woman, I believe, she got trampled on. And then another person passed away in the hospital. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Where was the metal detectors? What was the metal detectors, okay? They finna start bringing back metal detectors. They finna start bringing back people that actually pat you down and wand you or whatever. Like, I just don't understand. We people can't go and have a good time without y'all it up and causing all this havoc and heartbreak and all this stuff. Condolences to the people that lost their lives and speedy recovery to the people that got hurt. But that is also a fear of mine as well. That's why I really don't like going to small venues for shows or whatever. I just don't like, and then especially if it's standing room only, I don't want you all up on me. I want to be able to get out when I can get out, whenever I want to get out, okay? I don't want to be closed in so tight and then just be going all in my mind like, if something happened, am I going to be able to escape or whatever? Am I going to be able to escape alive or uninjured? You know, I don't want to have those thoughts. But that's just me. So that's also, I feel so bad. Because I'm pretty sure somebody going to try to sue. And it ain't her fault. It ain't her fault. And that's unfortunate. It's not her fault. But I'm pretty sure somebody, I'm not going to say I'm pretty sure, I would not be surprised if somebody tried to sue. It's not her fault, though. Anyway, moving on from that, Robert Townsend said that Cardi B and the Stallion expressed interest in remaking Baps. No. No. I just feel like, I know we've been in the age and days or whatever, especially since the pandemic or whatever that's been going on or whatever. People want to remake this, remake that, reboot this, reboot that. I feel like it's just some classics that need to just stay classics and don't need to be rebooted, don't need to be remade, okay? And I know somebody gonna say, Baps means Black American Princesses. And it's only one black girl in it. Shut up. Shut up, okay? But that aside, no. And if they do it, it's going to go straight to TV. It's probably going to go into a streaming service or whatever. And, I mean, it'll probably be funny, but it's going to definitely miss the essence of Niecy and Halle Berry character. What was that character's name? God damn, my neck hurt. But y'all don't know. May she rest in peace. Aww. So sad. So sad, so sad, so sad. But no, leave the classics alone, please, okay? And I mean, they was ghetto, but they was like not overly ghetto. And I just feel like it'll be ghetto. You know what I'm saying? If they do it. Megan probably could do a good job. Cardi could do a good job, but you know, she just got to reel it in just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because she can if she want to. She can if she want to. She was actually good in the last 5 Fast and the Furious movie, even though she didn't really have that big of a part, but the little part that she did have, she delivered it well. You know, she delivered it better than I thought, because I was like, girl, what? She in this movie doing what? And it wasn't even believable. But this would be a believable role because of her persona or whatever. But at the same time, it's just like, nah, I don't know if I could sit through a whole movie. I just, no. I know she would probably be Niecy character. And Megan would be Halle Berry's character. I can just see that happening. But no, we don't need a remake. We don't need a remake. Leave it alone. Moving on from that, Kim Burrell said that, you know, she all well and she all good because Tyrese. I don't know what it is with Tyrese. Tyrese is one of those people, it's like he just needs to put every single thing out there on the internet. Now, I recently just put out there, just because I was letting y'all know why my stuff would be late, so y'all wouldn't be, you know, asking or anything about my situation, so that you can truly understand and I won't have no negativity towards that. Tyrese, on the other hand, he does, like, he puts stuff out there and he put us in his business for no reason. We're not waiting on anything from you. You don't have anything upcoming that you told us about that we have to wait on, that you have to postpone because you're going through this and you're going through that, and you're just letting us know this is why it's postponed, so it's a real reason. No, Tyrese will literally just get up on Instagram and write a thesis essay, a whole dissertation about whatever he's feeling that day, whatever's going on in his relationship that day, whatever's going on with his ex-wife and the child support that day. You know, the whole breakup saga between him and his girlfriend. Y'all remember how that was. Each and every time they posted, it was like dissertation. It was like 15 pages. I said, baby, we don't need this in single space. I said, y'all have a lot of thoughts. This man got up there on his Instagram, posted a video of him and Kim Burrell. Now, he called Kim Burrell his stepmama. Kim Burrell don't like the gays, so I don't. Anyway, he put out there that mama was sick. He was like, I can't believe that this was just 3 weeks ago, and now you laid up in the hospital with pneumonia in both your lungs and all this stuff. And then what got everybody, it wasn't just that. What really got everybody was him talking about some, you know, she can take donations. She got Venmo, she got PayPal, she got Cash Out. What? $15,000 or something? I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, what? The Kim Burrell, you mean to tell me she ain't got no money to take care of her own self? Why are you asking for a donation? You are sounding like these scammers out here. I was just really confused why he put that part up in there. And I feel like that was the reason why Kim Burrell had to come out and say, girl, I'm okay. Okay. Obviously, Tyrese can't keep his mouth shut, but your girl, I'm doing a little bit better. You ain't got to put no donation out there. I said, why did he tell them people to donate? And then you saying Cash Out? No, and what got me like, Venmo, don't you got to have a number or something like that? I don't know how Venmo works. PayPal? I said, PayPal? PayPal? I was like, Tyrese? No, see, there are some people that you can tell your business to, and there are some people that you can't. And he is the person that you cannot, okay? And even when the person that you're talking about acknowledges that you can't keep your mouth shut, yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. I said, Tyrese, now how you know that lady wanted us to know that she was sick? Okay, sometimes people just want to be sick in peace. Okay, they want to be sick and get back together and be like nothing never happened. Okay, oh girl, you know I was sick last week. You were? I wouldn't have never known. No, you wouldn't, because I didn't tell you. That's what it should have been. But Tyrese said he had other plans. I said, now Tyrese, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and get up in the studio and finish working on the album. Okay, that's what you need to do. Other than that, stop it. Okay, somebody else that I want to stop. And I'm just mentioning this real quick, and I truly don't care what you got to say. Chris Rock's little special. Now, I have no problem, and I knew people was going to tune in. It was this whole hype about it being live on Netflix. This was the first time that they actually do a live thing on Netflix. It was just crazy how he did this comedy special in Baltimore, in Jada Pickett's hometown. Well, at her city, a place of birth, and eventually started going in on her or whatever. And the fact that She got so much vitriol directed towards her. And I'm just going to tell y'all this. I did not watch it. I saw clips, okay? And the main clips that I needed to see were disgusting to me, all right? And I know people are going to say it's comedy, it's comedy, it's comedy, you know, but comedy is subjective, okay? What you may feel is funny, I may not, all right? And I didn't find him funny in none of those clips. I don't find Chris Rock funny at all. So there's that. That's why I didn't tune in. But I couldn't avoid the clips. At one point in time, I literally had to put his name on mute because I was so tired of seeing the think pieces and the different opinions about it. I'm just gonna say, you may have liked it. I did not like it. I was turned off when I heard that it was, and this was part of the joke too that he put in there as well, but it had came out also saying that, you know, he had looked at Emancipation just to see Will get beat because Emancipation was a slave movie. And I'm sitting here like, wow, that just feels so anti-black. Like, come on. That just feels so icky. Like, you're okay, so because you got slapped, you was okay with looking at somebody in a period piece about slavery getting whooped by white men. But then again, he do cater to white audiences. And that's why when I seen some of the stuff, I literally tweeted, I said, now he said this joke, what was the audience makeup? Because if it was a whole bunch of white folks there or mostly white folks, I truly was more disgusted by that. Okay? And the only reason why I say that, I know some people are going to be like, girl, why would you feel? Because Chris Rock, I don't know if he's always catered to white people, but in recent years and recent times, that's all he has been doing was pandering to white folks. And then when it came to the Will Smith situation of it all, which people was literally watching it to see what he had to say about that, which is a given. I'm not mad at that, okay? If I'm finna go live, I'm finna get my lick back. You slap me, let me hit you back by doing what I do, comedy. Okay, fine. But let it be funny. It wasn't funny to me, what I saw. And then you talking about, so my mama taught me or whatever, you don't fight in front of white folks. You don't fight in front of white folks, but you disrespect black people in front of white folks. You coon out in front of white folks. You know, you pander to white folks. Did that your mama tell you that to do that? Your mama told you to do all that? Disrespect black women in front of white folks or whatever. I'm just sitting here like, what? All these respectability ass politics and all this shit. He ain't slapped you hard enough. I'm sorry. It was distasteful. And I was looking forward to, like, I knew he was going to say something about the Will Smith thing. I was looking forward to see, and I actually wanted to laugh. Because when you look at it now, like, bitch, we laughed at it on his behalf. You know, we was laughing at him. Let's see how he flipped the narrative so we can laugh at Will. And it'll be even at that point. I couldn't even laugh. At the clips that I saw. I was just sitting here like, where's the joke? Where is the joke? And it was filled with so much, like, and then you turning your vitriol to Jada and making it seem like Jada is an issue and you ain't get mad at this, and you bringing her up, but it had nothing to do with her. And I hate the fact that, and when I say it ain't had nothing to do with her, I mean the fact that she wasn't the one that put the hands on you, and she didn't tell her husband to do so either, and she has already put that out there. And once again, this just opens up the floodgates for people to do a I Hate Jada Pinkett campaign. Oh, you know, and he right. I feel like at this point, it probably was a build up as well because, you know, people were making fun of Will because of the whole entanglement stuff or whatever, but they had an open relationship or whatever. He knew about that shit, so how can you get mad? But at the same time, I get that. But the fact that people are putting all the blame on Jada, as if Jada controlled that man and he ain't got a brain of his own. The same thing Jada has done, Will has done as well. Okay? She ain't tell that man to get up there and act a fool like that. That's not her fault that her man got up there on his own 2 feet, on his own free will, and slapped that man like that. Okay? I just don't understand. Like, everybody just coming at her throat and was just being so disrespectful, so misogynistic, so sexist, and all of that shit. It was just disgusting. You know, I didn't like it. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. Don't sit here and say, well, how can you say this and you ain't even watched? Because I just did. And I refuse to give it a view. Okay? You may have liked it. I don't like him. Moving on from that. And it absolutely has nothing to do with the Will Smith situation. I've never liked Chris Rock like that. I never thought he was funny. I tolerated him in certain things, but I never thought he was funny. Moving on from that, Chaka Khan, baby, talk about not giving a damn. Okay, y'all remember that Rolling Stone 200 list of the 200 greatest vocals or whatever? Girl, that thing had everybody up in a tizzy, and it still does. Chaka Khan was doing somebody's podcast or whatever, and she was talking about that list. She said, "What the hell is this? You got Adele on there, you got Mariah Carey on there. How the hell she get on there? What was it, payola and all this stuff?" And then went into talking about Mary J. Blige. Now I don't know if it was on that podcast that she spoke about this, but it was up there because I heard the clip basically saying, you know, she didn't like the way Mary J. Blige did her song Sweet Thing. And she was like, she had talked to her. She was like, "Girl, you flat." I was like, "Why you do this? And what time did you do this?" "I did this at 8 o'clock in the morning." "Why would you do something at 8 o'clock in the morning unless you a crackhead and all this stuff?" I said, "What? What?" Yeah, that's my friend, but you know, that's how I talk to her and all that stuff. That's the type of relationship that we got. Friend or not, baby, if we had this conversation already, don't reiterate this to the public. But at the same time, people was going in on her because they just felt like she was being rude and disrespectful or whatever. And some people felt like, you know, she got years in the games, and, you know, these legends, they can say whatever they want at this point because they've been through the fire. Chaka Khan, okay? They've been through the fire, you know what I'm saying? And some people feel like regardless, you should still have a little bit of respect. Like, if you don't like something, you ain't got to go so hard on it like that. And I see both sides. At the end of the day, y'all gave Chaka Khan so much freaking backlash that mama had to come out, or her PR person had to come out on her Twitter and apologize. I truly don't feel like that with Chaka Khan. And I'm truly not here for the PR person coming out and apologizing, because this damn show wasn't in her voice. I know Chaka Khan's voice, and that just wasn't it, okay? I'm going to just tell the legends, and I'm going to just tell people in general. If you're going to come out and you're going to say something, stand in it. Stand in it. If that's how you meant it and that's how you feel, stand in it. I will respect you way more regardless of how I feel about what you said. If you stand in it and you don't cave to the backlash, depending on what it is, I respect that, because that's what you meant. Don't put something out there and then apologize, because, girl, that's what you meant. And I honestly don't feel like she had anything to apologize for. She said what she said. That's just how she felt. Why am I apologizing for my feelings? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Moving on from that, the police are investigating Patrick Mahomes' brother, 22-year-old brother, Jackson Mahomes. That motherfucker was up in he was up in Kansas in some restaurant. He forcibly kissed the 40-year-old owner and shoved a 19-year-old waiter more than once. Mind you, this was caught on tape. I saw the tape, and obviously he was drunk. I'm just going to say that he was drunk, and being drunk, it don't give an excuse. But the way he grabbed that lady by her throat and forcibly kissed her, and she was trying to push him off, and then he got off and came back and tried to do it again, I said, what the fuck is this? Lock his ass up. I mean, yeah, give him a little time. Give him a couple of months. Go sit him in a drunk tank. Give him a fine. Y'all know that's what they're going to do. Probably going to give him probation or whatever. They be like, we got to investigate. What is there to investigate when the camera is right there? All you got to do is replay the tape, and there it is. Yes, you are guilty. What do you want to say for yourself? You are sentenced to this. Probation and all of this stuff, whatever, community service. Y'all know that's just what it's going to be. I said, these people be getting besides themselves. Just because your brother is famous or whatever, you ain't. I don't know who the hell you are. I didn't know he had a brother, okay? Truth be told, you know, and you out here just wilding out. If you can't hold your liquor and you become just out of control when you get drunk or whatever, don't do it. Do it in your house by yourself, but don't do it around others, because you ain't going to, and they ain't got the nerve to get caught on camera. Stupid. Just dumb. Madonna was with that young boy. They broke up. She with somebody else now. Girl, some 29-year-old dude named Josh Popper. Josh Popper. I said, child, one thing Madonna gonna do is keep her a man, and they gonna be a young boy. Truth be told, I be feeling a little ick. You know, granted they of age, but I be like, why y'all... I'm fine with like a 5 to 10 year age gap for most people, maybe 15 at the most. But when it gets to like 20, 25, 30, wait, like if you 20 years old messing around with a 50-year-old, and that's whether it's man and woman, woman and man, woman and woman, man and man, it just, it don't look right. It makes me feel so uncomfortable. Because, I don't know, even though you of age, it still feel like it's a little bit of grooming going on or whatever. I don't know. But Madonna just be out here doing Madonna. So, I don't know if they in it for the money or whatever. Girl, I have no idea. Because I just, no shade, I just can't imagine. I can't imagine. Anyway, let me move on before I say something rude. Somebody be like, now you don't need to say that. You was thinking it. Okay, so I'm going to shut up and I'm going to move on. 50 Cent, he is in the clear to start collecting on a 7-figure lawsuit that he filed against his former Sire's Spirit employee, Mitchell Green. Basically, dude was embezzling money from him. He was selling stuff and profiting, selling stuff, wholesale or whatever, and he embezzled over $2 million from him. And so now he got to get that money back. And the judge and the court said you can go ahead and start to collect on that thing. I feel you on that. Now listen, y'all know 50 Cent. If 50 Cent harassed the heck out of Tierra Marie to get that $35,000, imagine what he finna do to this person to get that $2 million. Okay? Mind you, I don't even think Tierra Marie even paid him back that $35,000. Truth be told, 50 Cent knew that lady didn't have no money anyway. He could have been like, you know what? It's all to the good. It's all to the good. I get where you coming from. But 50 Cent is an asshole. And the law is the law all of a sudden in his eyes when it comes to him getting his money. So, you know, did she pay that man that money back? Who knows? Moving on from that, shout out to Janet. Janet about to do another Lifetime docuseries or whatever, documentary that's going to follow her up to the point of when her tour starts. I know I'll be at the tour. It's the Together Again tour. Hopefully we get some new music. I do believe she did say we was going to get some new music, but it's now March. I know my tour date is in May. Baby, where's the new single or whatever? So I don't know, but they're going to be documenting that on Lifetime. And of course, Ashley will be watching. So that was a nice little surprise. I am so here for that. Also, just a little update. Tim Norman from Sweetie Pies, he got convicted and he got sentenced to life in jail, prison. Mind you, he just put out what is it? He put out a post or whatever trying to say that he was innocent and they had some more evidence that they didn't want to see or whatever. And they knew that he didn't do this or do that. And I'm sitting here like, no, boo-boo. All the evidence points to the fact that you did this and you are not getting off. You are not getting off. And they gave that man life in prison, as he should. You should have thought about your mom. You weren't thinking about her. You weren't thinking about your son. If you weren't going to think about your mom, at least think about your son. You have a whole son that's about to grow up without a father. Continue the freaking cycle of these kids growing up without fathers. And not because you ain't want to be there. It's because you intentionally messed up so that you won't be there. And you ain't had no reason to do that because you money hungry. Ugh. Good riddance. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Thank y'all for waiting. Thank y'all for the love again. I was so overwhelmed too. I was like, oh yeah, y'all really care. Y'all be showing out. And you wanna know why I say that? Because like I'm really disappointed in a certain person that knows me. They knew what was going on, didn't even say nothing. Haven't said anything yet. But yet, people that don't even know me personally have reached out to me just to make sure I was okay and been reaching out constantly, making sure everything was okay on the home front. But you know me, you ain't, girl, I be like, y'all, you got to be careful with the people that you let up in your life, okay? And don't say, well, what if? No, they knew. They knew because they looked at my stories and everything. They knew. But, and decided to respond to something else. I said, what? Left their ass on red. Anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week, please. Be careful, be safe. Ooh, right on time. All right, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go pee. I will say in all of this, the positive again, your girl, I'm losing. I put on some pants I ain't put on in a minute. And baby, them things was loose as shit on me. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I was so happy. I was so happy. I was like, yes, girl. Yes, girl. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. And I'm keep on doing it, y'all. I'm gonna keep on doing it, okay? But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all styles. And I will see you guys later. Peace.